After dessert, the host announced, "Okay, everyone, if you can Venmo me $75 for the food and $25 for the wine, that would be great." I was completely blindsided. Nobody mentioned this was a split check situation.
So, yeah, it's very weird to have a dinner party and make your guests pay for it, especially if the dinner party is at your house. Like you're hosting a dinner. That feels very strange to me.
You ain't hosting if I'm paying for it.
This is an Unsolicited Perspectives YouTube exclusive.
Now, Jay, we've talked before about group dinners.
Yes.
Bill coming, and you got to figure out that situation because people are just like, "Hey, well, I ordered all of this, but we just go split the bill evenly."
Right. No.
Well, this story is a little bit different. So I went on my favorite social media site yet again, Reddit, and found this story about am I overreacting, that I thought it was an interesting twist on that concept of the group bill.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is. A friend invited me to what I thought was a casual dinner at their place last weekend. When I arrived, there were about 10 people there, and they ordered catering from a nice restaurant, multiple courses, wine pairings, the whole deal. I figured my friend was just being generous since they recently got a promotion. After dessert, the host announced, "Okay, everyone, if you can Venmo me $75 for the food and $25 for the wine, that would be great." I was completely blindsided. Nobody mentioned this was a split check situation, and while the meal was nice, I wouldn't have agreed to spend $100 on a random Saturday dinner if I had known. When I quietly asked my friend about it later, they shrugged and said, "Oh yeah, we always split costs for these things. Thought you knew." But there was never discussed beforehand. I'm not broke, but I do budget carefully, and now I'm stuck either paying for a fancy meal I didn't choose or looking like a freeloader. The host has since texted the group chat with payment reminders. Am I overreacting for feeling put off by this? To me, if you're hosting something with cost involved, that should be clear up front, not sprung on guests after they already enjoyed and consumed everything.
Yeah, totally agree.
So we've talked about this before. When we host gatherings, we host the gatherings. We cater, right?
Yeah.
We don't expect anybody to pay for the catering.
Right.
But if this was agreed upon beforehand, this is something that they routinely do, and they forgot to tell the person, they need to eat that.
No. Oh,
No,
the host.
the host needs to eat that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah, when you send the invites out, let people know the approximate cost of things. Now, they probably didn't know the exact dollar amount because they catered all the stuff. So, I mean, you don't know the exact dollar amount until you put in the order and they ring it all up, whatever. So, probably the initial invite, they might not have known, but you got a guesstimate, right? Of like, or at least put on there, hey, we'll be splitting. Oh, a fly hit me in the face. Hey, we'll be splitting. Hey, we'll be splitting this meal and the wine. Approximate cost would be $100 per person. Like that's what's needed to be in the invitation, especially if you're inviting someone who's not come to one of these events before. So you're just assuming this person knows. And second of all, they're clearly not the only person that has a problem because they had to put in the group chat for payment reminders. And I'm sure it wasn't just directed at them solely. So yeah, it's very weird to have a dinner party and make your guests pay for it. I feel like that's very weird, especially if the dinner party is at your house. Like you're hosting a dinner, like that feels very strange to me. So no, I don't think this person is overreacting. They should have been told beforehand. A lot of people are like, it's $100, just eat it, whatever. That's not the point. It's the principle. The person said, I'm not broke. Like I could give them the $100, but am I like tripping for being a little like, what's going on here? No, I don't think so at all. I would be highly annoyed if I got there and I was not told that at this dinner party where it's BYO everything.
Yeah, okay. So I feel everything that you're saying. I'm right with you. My thing is, if I'm coming to that party, Soon as I saw that it was a party, because the person said that they thought it was just a casual dinner, and they walk in and it's 10 more people than they thought it was gonna be. I'm
Mhm.
like, hey man, what is all this? I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, I'm like Robin Harris on Baby Kids. What's this? Because I'm like, we were supposed to just be chilling for your birthday, and it's all this. I should have, for me and my social anxiety, you should have
Mhm.
gave me a heads up that I'm walking into a dinner party. Because if I knew I was walking into a dinner party instead of a casual thing, I would have been like, hey man, I'm gonna catch you later, because that's not my bag. That's not my thing. I don't do dinner
Right.
parties. I personally don't do dinner parties. And then you go hit me with a bill afterwards, like, yeah, this. I was like, you should have told me this beforehand, so I could have chose if I wanted to eat this, or I'm gonna do me a little Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't plan on spending $100. If we was going out, then I
Then
would
that's I feel like you would have planned accordingly just in case, right?
But
Yeah.
like we going to the crib, I'm like, okay, even if we order something, even if I pay for everybody, it's still probably not gonna cost me 100 beans.
Yeah. I don't think that the person didn't know that there were going to be other people there.
Didn't know it was
Uh,
gonna be that many people. They said
they
they
didn't
was
really say that. They thought the dinner was just going to be casual, but they ended up catering from a nice restaurant. I think that was the thing that got them. They thought it was a casual dinner, but they got this catering from the nice restaurant, multiple courses, wine pairings, and everything.
Actually, it's
So,
not a nice restaurant, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if it's
oh,
only $100 per person, and they got all these courses and wine pairings, that means that bill was $1,000. That's not. That's you could spend that at Red Lobster with 10 people.
yeah.
So
Um,
that's not as fancy. Like you go, two people go to Ruth Chris, you could easily spend $300, right? And that's
yeah,
just two people.
I would want to see the receipt, honestly.
Yes.
I'd want to see the receipt.
I'd be like,
Like,
wait a
is
minute.
that
Does this include
yeah,
the tip as well? Because it feels
right.
like this is relatively cheap for all that you got. So on one respect, I'm pissed off that I got to pay for anything. In another respect, I got all this for only 100 beans. Maybe they live in a small town or something like that, because we live in towns where, restaurants cost a little bit more than that. But they said fancy. They said multiple
Yeah.
courses and wine pairings for
That
10
makes me
people.
think that it's fancy. But here's the thing. I don't think everybody got I don't think it was like everybody got an entree. I
Mm,
think they just ordered maybe 4 or 5 courses. You know what I'm
like Italian
saying?
style.
Yeah, maybe it was a situation like that. Then that I can see it being $1,000, but at the same, but it don't matter. You invited me to your house
Right.
for what I thought was a casual dinner. You didn't specify any of this extra stuff. Also, how do you even know I like the food from the place you ordered from? Like, you asked me about my dietary restrictions. Did you ask like what? I feel like no, no.
This is the
I
problem
mean,
when people throwing birthday parties. They selfish.
yes, yes.
They're only thinking about themselves. They ain't thinking about the collective. When you throw a party, even if it's for you, you need to think about the collective. It ain't all about you.
Yeah, I think the person should go ahead, pay that hundo just to like so you don't have there's $100 so that you don't have to deal with this situation ever again. Like don't go decline, any if they ever, offer to invite you over again. Now you know the deal. So go ahead and decline because that's not that's not your thing. But that's 100 you spend $100 to never have to encounter that situation again. That's how I feel.
In real talk, in DC and Atlanta, we spend $100 as soon as we step outside the door. Right?
That's
It's like
how
the
it
hundred,
is.
the how it is. So
That's how it
I
is.
would pay the $100 just because I wouldn't want to be known in the group as that person that don't pay.
Right.
But I would make a point of saying, hey, I didn't know about this up front. I'm gonna pay because I pay what I owe.
Right.
But you was wrong for not telling me
Yeah.
what was going on.
And don't invite me to no dumb mess like this again. If you're hosting a dinner party at your home, don't invite me to nothing this stupid again.
You ain't hosting if I'm paying for it.
Exactly.
That's not hosting.
That's not hosting.
That's not hosting.
That's I came over and we got something to eat that we both paid for. Like
That's exactly what.
that's not you hosting a dinner party.
No, it isn't. Do better,
So
people. I'm doing like Joey Swole do. Do better.
yeah, because this is absolutely ridiculous. No, you should definitely always have in your invitation, whether it's something at your home or something outside of your home, any requirements for the people that's coming, including whether or not they're going to have to pay something. If there's a charge at the door, if they're
The
if
charge
they
of the,
if,
what the what the
well,
wait a minute, charge of the,
if they plan something outside of
oh,
the home,
outside. Oh, okay.
like is there a charge for parking? You should let people know what to expect. That is what proper hosting etiquette.
101.
Literally.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.